Put it back, man. You gotta put the weights back where you found them.
Put them back.
Like any other gym.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. All right, so that's really why I came here for today.
Yeah.
But before we leave,
Okay.
let's go talk to the man. Who this is actually his gym.
Okay.
Super OG in the game. We're gonna ask him some questions about strongman.
Okay.
Let's
go.
Just on the fly. Look, he's thinking back, you being official as hell right now.
You gotta knock, man.
Oh, guard dog, bro. Guard dog, bro.
Guard dog. Whoa.
That's a fierce.
Feisty.
Sorry. Okay, so.
You can sit up here.
Yeah. Over here. Right here.
So number one, introduce yourself.
Do you stand over?
Yeah, no, whatever you want. Obviously, he's tall. Because I'm like 6'7". No, he's like 6'8", clearly. What's that? You want to introduce him?
All right, here.
He can do it.
Yeah, I want to introduce him to
All right,
the first log he had when he was still in the crib.
This one?
Yeah, he had that log. when
Doesn't
he was
this,
in his
wasn't this
crib.
like, what is this, like 3? What is this dry?
I don't know what kind of tree it is.
No. But how much does that weigh?
Oh, like a little over 200 pounds.
Oh, okay.
It's not that heavy. It's just
Okay.
very thick. It's like, I think 14, 15 inches at the center.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
But it's not also uneven.
How long have you been?
I'll do it all in the intro. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I'm Odd Haugen. I'm the owner of the training hall in Newbury Park.
Yeah.
And I've been a professional strongman. I'm retired from competitions. I call it semi-retired because I'm still competing in professional arm lifting competitions, and I'm also competing in some mass wrestling, but mostly I'm doing arm wrestling.
So you still compete in the mass wrestling?
Yeah, I'll still
Oh.
do that. I did a couple times last year.
You think you can beat Kevin?
I know I can beat.
I need training. I've never done it.
So, but anyway, so I'm still kind of trying to stay in shape, basically.
Yeah.
So
What accolades do you have? Like what I mean, I see you got.
I won America's Strongest in 1999.
Wow.
And won Hawaii's Strongest Man 3 times.
Nice. In Hawaii, that sounds amazing.
In Hawaii,
that sounds
Hawaii
amazing.
Strongest Man, yeah. And I placed top in Norway Strongest Man several times, never winning it. Second place to Sven Karlsson. No bad honor. He was the world's strongest man in 2001. Competed in World's Strongest Man many times. Got third at Masters World's Strongest Man in the inaugural Masters World's Strongest Man in 2011.
So how many years have you been competing?
I competed for 20 years in strongman.
What's your favorite? Favorite exercise? Favorite lift?
Event?
Yeah.
Oh, favorite strongman? I would say Stone Series. Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming back for that.
Those stones.
I'm coming back for that.
Yeah. I would say that was my favorite. I really enjoyed doing that, and I got pretty decent at it. I was probably the best at like any type of grip type events, like
That's what they were telling me.
Yeah, carrying, farmer's carry.
I heard you can carry the one. What is that? 170?
Yeah, the 172 farmer's walk. Yeah, the inch dumbbells.
Yeah,
I can carry them in farmer's walk, and most people can't pick them up. So.
Right on. Yeah, I couldn't. I tried it. First time trying though, by the way. I'm going to try and practice. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm going to practice.
So it's one thing is even picking up one, but picking up 2 is very, very few people.
Like 2 like this?
Yeah, no, one on each hand.
Oh.
And carry them like farmer's walk.
Can't. What do I want with the foot? Can't lift up one with the foot? No. So I have a question for the audience too. Well, for you to answer for them. As far as being a strongman, which you've done obviously successfully for years, what do you think would you say, and I know this is kind of like, it's hard to narrow these things down, so there's no like really clear, direct answer, but what do you think are the 3 most important things to being successful at being a strongman?
Okay. Well, you had to obviously have a lot of absolute strength.
Just raw power.
Yeah, raw strength. Yeah, and then speed is very important, and also some strength endurance is very important as well, because it's not something you just don't do one rep. You do multiple rep it many times.
And the event is like.
And the events are many. We did very often did like a 6-event Grand Prix, and they usually we had to do it in 3 hours. So we did 3 events in 3 very, very heavy events in 2.5 to 3 hours.
So as far as
actually, go ahead. Actually, it sounds very tough, but actually the more difficult competitions were like the World's Strongest Men. Particularly the way we were holding in the past, we had so many days. So you did like 1 or 2 events per day.
Yeah.
And because it's a TV show.
You never
You're
on their time.
Yeah, you're on their time. Oh, sorry guys, you're ready to go, and the battery's out.
Do it again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do it again. Or no, it was not do it again, but like stop, start, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why guys typically didn't make it into the finals in the first year, even though there were really good guys, came into this World's Strongest Men circuit and made it to the finals, but when they got to the finals, they're dead.
Just the timing of it.
The timing is very tough, but the guys that have some experience, generally did much better, because they were able to. They really knew that they just stay calm and just wait till when they told you to do it, then you did it. But other than that, you couldn't get all riled up for a long period of time.
You'd have like those peaks.
And by the time you did it, you were just exhausted. Yeah.
So as far as training for just like raw strength as a as a strongman, you still incorporate some of the powerlifting lifts.
Absolutely, there's a key. Squat and deadlifts are total key.
Yeah.
We did not have very often deadlift as an event back before. This is something that happened in the last 10 years, but it always seems to be deadlift in a competition. That was not the case when I competed most of the time. We had deadlift. It was like a car deadlift once in a while, or there was a farmer's walk, or something like that, but not the direct deadlift. But deadlift is always the key to...
Even when it wasn't a part of the event?
Oh, absolutely, Key,
Okay.
Strong, I think squat, deadlift, and obviously overhead lifting were the key foundation
Things
for
to
being
focus
good.
on.
Then of course carry and stuff, that speed and stuff like that, working on your speed, not just moving the weight and moving heavy weight, but moving it fast.
Yeah.
So you had to always work on speed. So
Now, how about grip? Because I know that I'm noticing the number one thing that I came in here, and I've come from like more of a bodybuilding background, and some powerlifting, but immediately I was like I did a few grip exercises, and I was like, whoa, I haven't felt my hands like that.
Well, grip was very important, and also one of the things that it come and goes, like in waves with the events are in strongman, but it always was very important to have strong grip back before. And it comes and goes. Sometimes everything is with straps, in which case it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But grip is very important, because actually grip helps you on other things, like when you are trying to lift a very, very heavy stone, so particularly if it's something like a natural stone, like you saw at the Arnold's where you had to shoulder in a natural stone, the guys that did the best on them all have very strong grip, because they can grab it and they can control it with their wrist and their hands. If you don't have that, the stone, you have trouble. So grip is very important. Should be very important, because that's really, if you're only as strong as your grip is. That's at least that's what
it feels that way, because like you can't transfer your strength if you can't hold on to something.
A lot of bodybuilders are really strong grip, because some of them didn't use much straps. I met some bodybuilders who just a tremendous. Well, Larry, for example, tremendous. Larry Wheels, just an incredibly strong grip.
Yeah.
But it's because he's a really young guy too.
Right.
So because you can see he never uses straps in his deadlift. He always deadlift without anything, and it transfers over. I see like Martyn's, for example, when he's training deadlift. I mean, he's training double overhand, no hook grip. I mean, just open double overhand grip up to like 600 pounds before he switches.
That's hard. Before he goes over.
No, he puts straps on.
Oh, he never goes over.
Never, because he's not a power lifter.
Right on.
there's no really reason to do
Makes
this for
sense.
him. Yeah.
So as far as the strength endurance, like, is it just? I feel like the farmer walks is that the key to that?
That's one of the good ones, for carrying stuff.
Yeah.
Farmers walk, front carries of different objects.
Tire
yokes.
flips?
Huh?
Tire flips?
Tire
man?
flips,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We can come back to
Yeah,
that too,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, tire flips.
So as far as it's crazy because strongman is like everything.
Yeah,
It's like
sort of like when I grew up. I lifted weights since I was 10 years old, and I grew up as primarily as a bodybuilder, and but I always. But I try to do everything. Like I.
fucking sorry. I love this dog. How she
He's a
sits
great
by.
I know, it's such a good dog.
I was, I felt like I had to test myself in everything. So I competed in track and field. I competed in powerlifting, which was a brand new sport back here when I grew up in the 60s.
Oh, right on.
And the first U.S. national championship I think was in 1965. And I competed in the Norwegian championship in
So you
68, I think.
You did powerlifting when it was like
First,
Brand new.
Like, no
Brand
one
new.
did it.
Yeah,
Wasn't
no
even a
fuck-
thing. It's a
we
thing
had
now.
no-
It's a
we
thing
had
now.
no fucking clue what we were doing.
And so wow, that's
We just did those
wow.
three lifts, and then I also competed in Olympic lifting.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I did a lot of the different things. But bodybuilding was my main thing as I was through my teens and my early 20s and stuff like that. And
I got a really good question then. Do you think that bodybuilding translated to the other sports, the strongman?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I think that of course it depends how you train bodybuilding.
Of course.
We all train heavy, but it translates really well is that it protect your joints. I think if you work a lot of repetitions or different things, and you do a lot of exercises, isolated exercises, they're not necessarily so functional,
Right.
but combined with functional training is very important.
Make you more overall sturdy.
Oh, absolutely. We see most of the strongmen doing a lot of bodybuilding.
Okay.
Stuff like, for example, but in between stop competing in bodybuilding and before I started doing strongman, because it wasn't available, and I didn't actually compete in anything. I just worked my ass off. During those years, I did what I called functional bodybuilding. My training was basically bodybuilding, but I always made sure that everything I did was, if I was moving weights fast, doing dynamic stuff like my squats were very explosive, my
This is like
overhead
power
lifting, stuff like
bodybuilding.
that.
Yeah.
Power bodybuilding. That would be basically, I call it functional bodybuilding.
Well, you called it way before we called it power
Yeah.
bodybuilding, so it's the same thing.
He's the creator.
He basically created it.
Yeah.
But I thought,
No. He created it. I think he's the creator.
he's the creator. Okay, cool. Anything else you think is, because this video is just kind of like I did some lifts. We talked about grip strength, and then really just trying to open eyes to some of my audience who maybe not know a lot about strongman. Is there anything else you'd want them to know?
Well, I think that if you're doing bodybuilding, I mean, not everybody wants to go on the stage in a little short and show off their body. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I won a number of bodybuilding contests both in Europe and here. But I don't think I would do it anymore. No,
I thought you had a show in like 5 weeks.
No, not going back to it. But I'm saying there's a lot of people doing bodybuilding, and I remember even back then a lot of people were doing bodybuilding. They had okay physiques, but they were getting better and stuff like that. But really, they never felt like comfortable going on stage. But they were very strong. Strongman is a great sport for you.
Yeah.
Because its combination is fantastic.
It's fun, man.
Yeah,
it's
fun,
like
yeah.
legit fun.
But the fun events.
Like the thing that
you
I
do a lot of
felt
things.
earlier when I came in here, it felt like I was like a kid, like just. But I'm obviously bigger and using my strength, but doing like kid stuff.
Yeah.
Like especially that wrestling thing.
Yeah.
It feels like a kid game I would have played when I was 10. But
It is.
Yeah,
It is a sports game that's been known for hundreds of years and maybe thousands.
Yeah.
We have tracked it back over 1,000 years.
That.
Oh yeah. This is called the modern name of it is Moss Wrestling, which is a combination of a Yakut name of Moss, which is a stick, and wrestling, English word wrestling.
Yeah.
But in Norwegian or in Old Norwegian, it's called kjevletrekk. which is basically just pulling in a stick.
Say that word
Pulling
again?
on Chevletrek.
Okay.
Chevletrek.
Try it.
It's actually like a
Chevrolet check.
yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
it's almost like a
Lee's finally.
you know, like a rolling pin like you use for like for rolling out food. Yeah,
Oh,
a rolling
okay,
pin like you're rolling out
like
for
pizza though.
Yeah, like you're rolling out the pizza dough. It's
Yeah.
called Chevle in Norwegian, and it's called Chevletrek.
Oh,
So
it's-
pull.
Ah,
So and it has a number of different names depending on what where you came from and so forth like that. And in Scotland they called it.
this has been going on for you said
Swivel.
1,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah, my Vikings were doing this. Is written up in in the saga of the Vikings, which was over
awesome.
1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
So probably, and you are talking about in Highland Games or in Scotland, which they probably got it. They could have gotten it for the Vikings because this is really mixed. This is
Yeah.
mostly Vikings there anyway, and they call this swivel tree, which is the piece of wood. Yeah, the swivel tree, and it's a piece of wood. Swivel is a piece of wood in horse carriage that they use to pull on.
Yeah. Damn.
So
it
that
goes
was
way back. It's crazy.
Yeah, history.
That's crazy. That's cool, man. Well, I really enjoyed it. I really appreciate you letting me use the gym. And I'll be back for sure because there's a few more things I need to master because there's some people that I'm coming for. Once I won't give. People are already going to go comment me like, but yeah, there's a few things I want to do. I don't want to come back and get the tire. I want to work on
and the stones.
the stones. Definitely, I want to do the stones. They didn't let me put that at my gym because they're gonna ruin the floor.
Oh, yeah?
I wanted those so bad. At least like half of this, But the landlord. Was
Yeah,
like, no.
all of this stuff was in my house before.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was saying.
I mean, pretty much everything. You could do everything you had here. That was in there.
Serious, you had this there.
yeah.
That thing is enormous.
I had that thing, and I had a power rack, and then I had this. I had set up actually for more stones than this. We were set up with boxes for 9 stones. So that was like our
You had more going this way?
Our man who and one was taller than that.
One was taller than that.
So we had like basically the training session. We did stones. It was a matter of getting timed on doing 9 stones. If you were in good shape, most people couldn't do it. But
I'm gonna come back
most
to
of the
this.
pros that came to train with me, of course, could do it. So we were timing ourselves on 9 stones.
Nice. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna try it. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So they have a Instagram for the gym.
Yeah, the training hall.
The training hall right there.
The training hall.
Training hall.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the training hall. I think it's.
Find it. They're in. This is
Newbury Park.
Newbury Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Cool.
you, man. I appreciate it so
Alrighty,
much.
great, thanks.
Very good to meet you too.
Thank you.